record your presentation. And then make sure that you are in a place free of noise to avoid disruption of the presentation. And then please help the presenter give the presentation that he deserves by not talking, eating, or drinking, or engaging in activity that are uncalled for during the presentation. Okay, so that's all for the guideline for the presentation. And a very good morning to all of you. I do hope that all of you feel safe and healthy due to this pandemic situation. Okay. Okay, next please. Yeah. So there are some tracks in this session. There are social science, management, and also education. Secondary education. So for now, we have the finance in management. Yeah. Okay, so we can start for the first presentation in the track of finance in management. Okay. Are you ready for all of you? Okay, so there are Dr. Haslaili Hasim for the title Factors Contributing to Financial Literacy Level Among Youth. Okay, so please welcome Dr. Haslaili Hasim. Are you there? You can unmute your video, or you can.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Ms. Ani, Dr. Santi, and especially Dr. Henrati and all fellow academics. I'm actually Haslaili Hashim from Multimedia University, Melaka, representing my co-author, Mr. Andy, Dr. Yusufan, Ms. Amisha Shavarayan, and also Mr. Khairul Mizat bin Lajiz. I'm here to present our research title of Factors Contributing to Financial Literacy Level Among Youth. Okay, next please. This is my presentation outline, introduction, literature review, research, framework, methodology, findings and discussion, and last but not least, of course, conclusion. Okay, next please. Okay, based on the age market, the article dated on October 2020, which is last year, 70% of Malaysian is actually in need of financial literacy support. Okay, this scenario, it is actually very alarming. It is actually also confirmed by article from the New Straits Times on October 13, 2020 as well, which financial literacy among youth are actually alarmingly low. Okay, so this is actually one of the problems that we can see, especially in Malaysia, where in Ringgit Plus Malaysian Financial Literacy Survey 2020, about 41% actually youngsters or youth unable to manage their monthly salary constantly and constantly also worried about sustaining their life until their next paycheck. Okay, so next slide please. So due to this issue, okay, that is actually part of my research problem. The consequences is based on the statistical data provided by the Insolvency Department of Malaysia, the number of bankruptcy cases, okay, this is in general, from 2017 until April, latest April this year, 2021, the number of filing bankruptcy cases is actually 58,065 cases. And out of that, okay, according to the survey, 24.38 of the bankruptcy cases are actually among youth. Okay, one of the reasons why they can't sustain, that it's actually being highlighted in the research, is because of they actually unable to sustain the payment, especially the commitment monthly payment, in terms of personal loan, installment purchases, and also the biggest concern, it is actually credit card issues. Okay, almost 28% of the youth cannot survive beyond 1 month. This is if, let's say, they are relying on their saving. Almost 60% cannot survive beyond 3 months, and 47% agreed that they spend exactly more than whatever they earn every month. Okay, this is also reflecting that they are actually not ready for their retirement plan. So that leads to my research objective. So our research is actually to study the level of financial literacy among youth and what are actually the contributing factors. Okay, the research question will be, is there any significant relationship between the four variables that we have selected for the research, which is financial knowledge, financial behavior, financial attitude, and family influence. And at the same time, we would like to study what is actually the level of financial literacy among youth. Okay, the significant, of course, it will be contributing to the existing study, and then especially in terms of university, in preparing the youth in terms of their financial ability to face or to plan for their future. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so this is some of the extracted literature review for my research, for our research. Okay, financial knowledge is a set of financial concept, procedure, need in order to understand and solve financial matter. That one is based on Alvarez and Gonzalez, 2017. Financial behavior refer to the ability to recognize and comprehend the entire effects of financial decisions on one's situations. That one is based on Dazzle, 2015. Next, IV, it is actually financial attitude, which involves assessing how individuals approach financial matters. There is actually more on their perceptions. Okay, another highlight in the literature review was actually student financial attitude towards money are positively associated with a degree of financial literacy. That one is from Sorosian and Tech, 2014. The fourth IV is actually family influence. Okay, according to Thomas and Subashri, 2020, family influence is always considered one of the determinants, okay, of financial literacy among youth. My dependent variable, definitely the financial literacy, which defined as understanding of basic concept and the ability to work with the number in the financial context. Okay, next please. So this is actually our research framework. Okay, so four hypotheses is actually being developed to test this particular research. Is there any significant relationship between financial knowledge, financial behavior, financial attitude, financial influence towards the level of financial literacy? Okay, next slide, please. In terms of research methodology, we are using non-probability convenience sampling. Data was collected exactly through Google Classroom because of pandemic. Okay, the data is actually collected during January until March 2021, so it's actually quite recent. The sample size for this particular research was actually 181, and the research instrument, of course, it is actually based on multiple selected questionnaire, okay, from several journals. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so this is actually, in summary, our research finding and discussion. Out of 181 respondents, majority is actually a female, 114, which is 63%, and the rest is actually 37%, okay, which is male. In terms of age, since we are focusing on youth, and to be honest, my target respondent for this 121 is purely coming from students from Multimedia University. Okay, so therefore, majority of them it is actually undergraduate study students. Okay, in terms of the age, 20 and below, they are still young. Okay, 2021 about 68, and then 3 students actually in the age of 26-30, and then only 1 is actually at the age of 32 actually. Okay, in terms of the program, okay, since we are really looking for financial literacy, so the respondent it is actually almost evenly distributed among business, law, and information technology. Okay, the reason why we actually focusing on law and IT students is because if let's say we are focusing our research only purely on business students, most probably, okay, the level of financial literacy it is actually a bit high. Okay, because they are actually being exposed to all these kind of finance subjects, fundamental of finance, financial management, corporate finance, and all those kind of business exposure or financial importance subjects. Okay, compared to law and also IT, they are actually in their curriculum most probably they are only being introduced only 1 or 2, maximum 1 or 2 subjects with regards to finance or anything to do with financial accounting or management accounting or management. Okay, so that's actually the populations of the respondent. In terms of race, majority is actually Chinese, 135, and then the rest is the component of Malay, Indian, and few others. Okay, In terms of monthly allowance, okay, majority it is actually have less than 1,000 because they are actually students, right? So in my questionnaire for demographics, okay, our monthly allowance is actually also slash income because some of them is actually having a part-time job. Okay, next slide, please. So interestingly, this is actually based on the finding and discussion. Okay, you can see clearly what is actually the mean. Okay, and also the Chromba Alpha. In terms of the mean, okay, the first question of our research is actually being answered. Okay, if you look at the financial literacy, the mean is only 3.26. Okay, 3.26. Which it determined that the level of financial literacy among university students, especially based on our respondent, which is multimedia university, it's actually about moderate level only. Okay. In terms of the Chromba Alpha reliability, it is actually more than 7. So the questionnaire is actually valid and reliable. Okay, next slide, please. So the conclusion will be in terms of our hypothesis results. Okay. Financial knowledge, financial behavior, and financial influence have a significant relationship with financial literacy level. Okay, because of their p-value, it is actually less than 0.05. The only rejected IV, it is actually in terms of financial attitude. Okay, it is actually the p-value is actually 0.41, which is more than 0.05. So there is no significant relationship between financial attitude and the financial literacy. Based on the previous study, there is a lot of cases or research has been done that actually shows that there is a significant relationship between the financial attitude and also the financial literacy. But in our case, okay, it is the opposite. Okay, there is no. Most probably because of the target number of respondents. In fact, one of the research also from University of Sonata Dharma, Indonesia, they had this research among the engineering students, okay, from Galam 2017. They actually confirmed that there is no significant relationship as well between this financial attitude and the financial literacy. And if we realize when it comes to financial attitude, the attitude it is actually based on our perception. So most of all these kind of students, they are still young. Okay, they are still young, so therefore they can't see actually the importance of their financial importance of financial planning in the future and so on. Okay, next please. Okay, the conclusion is of course research limitation. It's only representing the populations in multimedia university. Okay, it exactly does not represent the youth of population in Malaysia. Okay, another limitation it is actually in terms of our time frame. Okay, we only have a limited time frame, about 3 months, in terms of collecting data. So I would love to expand this particular research in terms of study more on the level of financial literacy in terms of most of the postgraduate students level. Okay. Last but not least, in terms of research implication, of course, it can develop positive financial behavior, intensifying the financial knowledge among youth, proper financial skill and ability to assist the stimulating economic growth, especially in terms of development of Malaysia in achieving vision to be developed country in 2025. And last but not least, of course, the study will help in terms of supporting national strategy for financial literacy of 2019 until 2023. For everybody knowledge, the national strategy of financial literacy of 2019 and 2023, the vision is actually to improve financial well-being of Malaysia by having the objective of to elevate financial literacy of Malaysians and promote responsible behavior and rational attitudes. Okay, so therefore, hopefully, the strategy can be realized. Okay, and then now there is a lot of exposure at the university level as well on the importance of managing your financial, especially your personal financing. Okay, in order for us to face anything in the future. Okay, there is a lot of risk or uncertainty in the future. That's all from me. I've seen that there's lots of questions that like.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Dr. Haslaili Hasim. Yeah, yeah. Actually, there are four questions. Okay, you can see in the chat box, and I will read it. Okay, what measure can be applied for financial literacy? It comes from Dr. Swati Sharma, India. Okay, what measure can be applied for financial literacy?
What measure? Meaning that the selected of the in
Variables, maybe about the variables regarding
the,
with how we
okay.
can measure the literacy of financial itself. So there are any variables or sub variables that you already mentioned, but